All fired up and ready and ready for Challenge Copenhagen. My name is Thomas. I'm part of the organizing team. I'm going to do the race briefing today. In general, there are no big changes compared to what is already written in the athlete's guide. But this is just to go through it, be a bit more specific, and if you have any questions, you're free to ask. But I would like for you to ask them afterwards, especially if it's something that's very personal. Just come up here and we'll do it after the briefing. As of now, I really think the biggest X factor is what you see outside, the weather for Sunday. But we'll come back to that. Yeah. If I can have my computer working. Yeah, there you go. First, some special information. I know some of you registered yesterday and you didn't get your backpack because they were sent from China way too late. We're going to hand them out when you check your bikes in, because that's where we're going to have all of you. So that is the easiest part. So tomorrow, when you check your bikes in, you're going to have your backpacks. The weather forecast. 17, 24 degrees, partly sunny with a little rain and maybe no wind, or maybe some wind. It's
good.
It changes all the time, and it all depends on which weather forecast you look at. So I can stand here and say, well, we're going to have partly sun and then no rain, and then you can go out, check the weather forecast, and it's going to say there's going to be a little rain. Simply, we don't know it. I think the only thing that is certain is the temperature, which will be around 20 degrees, maybe a little warmer. It's pretty humid at the moment, and the temperature stays pretty high, so that's a good thing. But just continue to check the weather forecast. On dmi.dk, that's the Danish weather forecast, and I think that's the most precise. So if you have any chance, use that one. Bike check-in tomorrow morning at Amager Strandpark. I advise you to, as it says in the athlete's guide, take the metro out there. The parking spaces are limited. You just have to take the M2 to Amager Strand and then walk 400 meters and you'll be there. You have to pay for your bike, and you do that when you pay your ticket. It's easy and it's comfortable, and all the metro knows you're there, and there are signs in the metro as well. So just follow them. It's pretty easy. We have made some bike check-in hours to make the flow better. If you for some reason cannot make it at your time, you're free to come at another. It's just to lay out some basics so we avoid too much queuing. From 14 to 15:30, we have athlete number 1 until 5:50, and then at 3:30 until 17 o'clock. We'll have 5:51 until 1100, and then from 1700 until 18:30, we're gonna have 11:01, and then the rest of you guys. When you get out there, of course, bring your bike, your helmet, everything you need. The bike helmet shall be placed on the bike. Don't put it in your race bag. Put it on the bike. The red bike bag, including all your bike essentials, should be put in the back racks. You can decide to leave your things on your bike, not at your bike, but on your bike. If you want your race number, sunglasses, every shoes, and so on, at your bike, it has to be put on the bike, not on the ground. That's very important. We have to have a clean T1 out there. Otherwise, do it all in the transition zone, and then get out to your bike and you're ready to go. The blue run bag you have to bring as well tomorrow and leave it out there. Check, and I know you're going to do this, check this 10 times that you have all your essentials in your blue bag, because you cannot get it afterwards. When you check it in, it's going to be driven to T2, and from there on it's locked in. When you get out there, there's some white bike covers to protect the bike from water and wind during the night. Please use them so you have a good, clean and fresh bike for the morning. This is transition zone 1 If you follow the mouse, you can see the entrance is down here. And when you come from the metro, this is also the road you're walking on. So entrance, check-in is here. And then this is the bike racks, and they're divided into numbers. So you just find your number, and then and then leave your bike at your designated area. The swim start will be over here, and I'll come back to that later on. Oh, that doesn't look that good. Yeah, but I think we'll manage either way. T1 opens at 5 o'clock, and all athletes should be out of T1 at 7:45. So you can go in, you can set your bike up, you can go to your bike bag, get your things, put it on the bike if that is what you want. And then at 7:40, before the first athletes come out of the water, then you have to be out of the zone and getting ready to swim. This will of course only go for the last two start groups. The others are already in the water. Be at the start box 10 minutes before your start, and then you'll get into. It's divided into two. You can see here. See if I have the mouse. Yeah. This is like the preliminary area, and then you have the real starting area. Be in this area 10 minutes before you start, and then when the group in front of you starts, you get into the real start area. So be there in time, no stress, and just relax. Oh, there you go. Group 1, the pros, they're starting at 7 o'clock. They have a gold swim cap. Group 2, 7:05. That's the girls and the guys who has signed up in a time slower than 15 hours. 7:15, we have the light blue swim caps, start number 400 to 699. 7:25, the green swim caps, 700 to 999. And then we have the 7:35, the red swim caps, 1,000 to 1,299. Black swim caps at 7:45, 1,300 to 1,599. 7:55, we have the orange, and that's 1,600 to 1,999. And then group 8, that's the relay, and they're 2,000 and up. The water temperature out there is just about 20 degrees, so wetsuits are of course legal, and we advise everybody to use one. It's a one-loop anti-clockwise swim. There will be large orange Blue 70 buoys to be your turning points. Blue buoys to your left, they mark where you're not allowed to pass, so they'll be in the middle of the lagoon. On the right, you'll have some small orange buoys, and that's because in some areas the water's really shallow, and we want you to keep out of these areas. Beware when you're passing the bridges down out there. There's 4 to 5 meters between each of the sections, but just look up and swim correctly through them. Yeah. When you get out there, they're pretty easy to see, and they're good to navigate after, so use them for that as well. There will be kayaks and canoes who will follow you, and they're there for your safety. If you get into some kind of trouble, panic, just stand up, raise your arm, and they'll be there for you. Otherwise, you only have to swim 20-25 meters to the right, and you'll be able to stand on the bottom. And then if you're in trouble, raise your arms, so it'll show. Cut-off swim is at 10:10, and you have to be out of the water at that time, otherwise we'll have to take you out of the race. You have the swim course here. We're gonna start up here, and then you go out, turn right, and just follow the line back, and then on the bridge and here. We have the bridges here, here, and here, and use them for navigation, and of course be aware when you get out there not to swim into them. In the start, position yourself so you get a good, clean, easy start. There'll always be a bit of a fight at the first buoy, so if you're not that strong a swimmer, stay out of the fight, start out to the side, and just get a good, clean start. Transition zone 1, you get out of the water. Let's see if I can have. Yeah, there you go. Here, there's a boat ramp you get out of, so it's pretty easy. Run up, your bike bag is located in this area, then you get into the transition tent. You have to take off all your swim clothing, put it into your bag, and take all you had in there with you out, and then there's some designated areas on the other side where you throw your swim bag. There will be officials in the tent to help you change to your bike gear. Some of you might do it by yourself, but others will receive help from them. Yeah, and then you run out, find your bike at the bike racks. Please, before the start, just navigate out there and see, okay, I have to run this way. So when you get out of the water and everything is a bit stressful, you know which way to run. Take your bike, and then from the bike racks you go out here to this road, and then a couple of 100 meters out, the mountain line is, and that's where you get on your bike. So everybody has the same distance in the transition zone. And everybody has to walk or run the same distance. Cutoff for T2 is 10:20, so if you get out of the water at 10:10, you have 10 minutes to do the transition. Our Principia bike course, it's a 2-loop course. It's anti-clockwise. It's a mix of long stretches, rolling hills, and also some technical parts. So you have to be aware and you have to look up. There are 6 aid stations. The first one is aid station 1. It's down out here on. There you go, on the coast. You'll pass this one 2 times, as well as this one up here in the north. You'll pass this one 2 times as well, and you have the last one down here, and you'll pass this one 2 times as well. The first one is after 20 kilometers, then 50 kilometers, 80 kilometers, 100, 130, and 160. You will meet these signs out there, and they shall be obeyed at any time. You have the right turn, you have the left turn, and then you have some areas where you have to pay special attention. This is extremely important that you follow this. So if you meet, especially the special attention sign, look up, be aware, and then just follow through. Road closures and safety. This is one of the most important parts of today. The roads are closed for traffic in the direction of the travel. If you've been out on the race course in base, you can see there's a lot of road closure equipment out there. At all the larger roads going up the coast here, and on this part going down here, and of course also in this part, it is closed off with cones, larger cones. So there are no cars in your area. When you get into the smaller roads in the countryside, we have to say that they are partly closed, because I'm not going to stand here and promise you that some of the people living there will not go out. We have informed them that you're coming. They are very positive towards it, but please be aware out in the smaller roads. Normally the traffic is really minimum, and on Sunday there's hardly any. But please be aware. Also, therefore, do not cut corners, especially when you get out in the countryside. At some points there are hills and it can be difficult to see what's on the other side. That's also where you'll see the special attention sign. So when you meet that, stay to the right and pay attention. Should a car come into the course, just relax, pay attention to it, and help it out. They are more afraid of you than you are of them. We will have the police, the home guard, and trained personnel to regulate traffic crossing the bike course. They are very experienced, and you have the priority at any time. But still pay special attention to intersections and enjoy the traffic that are being stopped for you guys. Just when you're out there, it's pretty normal. Follow the normal traffic regulations unless else is stated. That would say staying to the right side of the road. If you overtake, the minute you have overtaken, go into the right side. Follow instructions from the police, the home guard, and the Challenge Copenhagen officials who are out there. And again, do not cut corners. We have 120